Hello and welcome back to GTR2 and to Eastern Creek Raceway for Race 2 from Round 1 of the 1994 Australian Manufacturers Championship. Some of the action from Race 1 last week on the screen at the moment. There we are, car 9 just to the left of the picture. We had a pretty steady run to 9th place in the race. We were involved in a bit of action, as we can see here. A bit of sideways action with John Cotter through turn 1. Some other action here. This is James Kay retiring when he broke down right in front of Mark Adderton. Peter McKay blew up on the main straight and spun off into the grass. This is a bit of action we had with Steve Ellery early in the race, running off wide. Peter Dillman here in car number 1 had a very steady run to third place. This is where we dropped off the track late, sort of 2/3 of the way through race 1. Dropped us behind Steve Ellery, and that's where we stayed. But everyone was chasing car number 25, Tony Longhurst, and car number 23, Paul Morris. They were never much further apart than this all race, and that's how close they finished. So everyone will be chasing them for race 2. Longhurst has got pole due to his race 1 win. Let's see where everybody else lines up. So on pole position, as we mentioned, Tony Longhurst in the Benton and Hedges BMW with teammate Paul Morris alongside. Row number 2, a pair of BMW M3s, Peter Dillman and Mark Adderton in the Momo BMW. Row 3, John Blanchard in the BMW, and the first non-BMW, Peter Hills in the Ford Sierra out of position number 6. John Cotter heads row number 4 with Steve Ellery in the Ford Sierra alongside. We're back in position 9 in car number 9, Russ Dugman in the Peugeot 405 with our teammate Ken Matthews alongside us. Position 11, car number 10, Phil Alexander in another Peugeot 405. The first retirement from race 1, James Kay, he'll start from position 12. From 13, teammate Greg Murphy in the second of the Oryx Toyotas, who was also a retirement from race 1. Peter McKay, as we saw, went out in a fireball in heat 1. He starts from position 14, and teammate Phil Ward, who went out on lap 1 of race 1, he starts off the back in position number 15. Let's now hop down into our Peugeot 405 and see how we go in race 2. Okay, set to go. Heat 2. Round 1. Lights are on. Oh, bogged down a little bit. Ken Matthews gets ahead of us. We've got, I think it's James Kay trying to come around the outside of us. Into turn 1. A little bit wide. Let's see if we can make a bit of time up into the first corner. Second corner rather. Oh, bang doors with our teammate, but Ellery's a bit wide. Up over the hill for the first time. Through turn 3, turn 4 rather. Through turn 5. Over the curve, we're going to run wide, which isn't great. On 2 wheels, Ellery a bit slow. Over Corporate Hill. Just lose a little bit of time. I was hoping to maybe have a stab into the hairpin, but we were too far back. Around now to the last couple of corners to end the first lap. Oh, we've been nudged. There's cars into each other up ahead of us. Now we're out in the dirt. Not the first lap I was after. Past us goes James Kay. I was too busy watching what was going on ahead of us. Brakes. Around the hairpin on lap 2. great first couple of laps. We're losing time everywhere here. Murphy a bit slow through turn 6. Not a good couple of laps for us here. Okay, just got to settle down, get back into it. Straight. The problem with the Peugeot is we lose out in top speed, so we can't quite stay with the guys ahead, and it means I'm just going to have to try extra hard in the corners. Pretty annoyed we've dropped out of the points. Down to turn 2. Get up the inside of Murphy. He's given us room. Give him a bit of room. Up over the hill. He holds onto the inside. We let him go. Got a bit wide. All backing up ahead of us. Murphy had a very slow run, lets us up the inside, over Corporate Hill. Down to second gear into the hairpin. One of the Technophone Mercedes is ahead of us. This is probably helping us sort of stay in the pack, because these quicker cars are trying to thread their way through and they're all holding each other up. Around the final corner. Oh, well! That's what you call lunching an engine. Right in front of us. And John Cotter is now out of the race. And we're catching up to, I think it's Peter McKay in the second of the Technophone Mercedes. Can't believe I just saw that right in front of us. Okay, refocus. Wheel off in the dirt. So McKay and James Kay in the Oryx Toyota Carina. Of course, in 1994, James Kay was doing the British Touring Car Championship in the Park Lane Toyota Carina in the Independence class. He's done the same thing as Murphy, so we'll sneak up the inside. But Kay also came to Australia and did a couple of rounds. He's held out on the outside. Can we try and cut back through? Maybe not. Through the final corner. But James Kay alternated the Oryx Carina with Greg Murphy throughout the 1994 Australian Manufacturers Championship. And they teamed up at Bathurst in the 2-litre class. But thanks to the wonders of sim racing, we can put both Kay and Murphy in separate Carinas and they can do the full season. Which also helps us pad the grid out a bit, because 2 litre did struggle for grids at times during 1994. When I say struggle, probably 10 or so cars. Back, out wide. Kay's having a go at Peter McKay. Steve Ellery in the Shellgrove Sierra, and Peter Hills up ahead, up to the hairpin. They're all sideways. We're into the back of Kay. Give him a hurry up. Kay's gone wide. We'll sneak through. Around to end lap 5. 5 down, 6 to go. Right out wide to the curb, down to turn 2. Bit of action ahead of us. McKay getting right into the back of Steve Ellery. These front-wheel drive cars are a completely different discipline to what I'm certainly used to driving in sim racing. You'll just have to slowly get used to it. Up to turn 6. McKay seems to get balked by Ellery through there. On 2 wheels a little bit, bounce over the curb, right out wide to the grass. Around now to end the lap. I think my line seems to sucker the AI in a bit. Around that last sort of sections of corners, because I back off a bit earlier than the AI wants to, and then I think they think they're going to dive up the inside of me, but it puts them on the wrong line for that left-hander. Through turn 1. That's not good. Just managed to save it. We don't lose too much time. It's a fine line here between throwing it off and making up a spot. Float it through turn 5, up the hill, up to turn 6. Float it through, don't want to get on that curve on the inside because I can launch up on 2 wheels. Over Corporate Hill. Try and float it through the hairpin. McKay's not making any headway on the 2 Sierras. Around now, McKay, just as I say that, gets up the inside of Ellery. Can we get a run on Steve Ellery now? Just touched his back. When he pulls away, I think we halted any momentum we had. Can we get a run up into turn 2? Up the inside, we'll dive through. I think we're there. Yes, we are. So Ellery loses 2 spots in 3 corners. Now we're after Peter Hills, the Sydney sider. In his Ford Sierra. Of course, ex-Group A cars make up the bulk of the field. Non-turbo Ford Sierras and slightly detuned BMW M3s. They form the backbone even into 95. And also there were a few still running in 1996 as well. Over the curb. Hill's just getting away. See if we can make a bit of time up through turn 1 and 2. Bit of a push into turn 1, but we've made a bit of time on him. 3 laps to go. Oh, I had a big go under brakes there. That was... I wouldn't have wanted to have braked any later there. Through turn 4. Just missed the apex. 4th gear. We haven't dropped Steve Ellery, but the 2 Carinas seem to have been dropped, which is a bit surprising. Down to the hairpin. Bounce over the curb. The best for momentum. Second gear around the last corner. On the rear wheel drive Ford Sierra. We're around 2 laps to go. In heat 2 of round 1. Get up the inside, no we can't. Oh, I thought about... If I had stuck the nose in, I probably would have turned him around, I think. Down to turn 4. Trying to float the car through these corners, not to brush off any speed. Got Ellery right behind us and he may be coming up the inside. We just hold him off. We've got Hills in front of us. So the 3 of us are sort of all coming together. It's all going to come down to the last lap. Clatter over the curb. Ellery's run a bit wide behind us, so I think it's just down to me and Hills. One lap to go. Into turn 1, the fantastic turn 1. Hill's got a bit sideways, we're understeering. Tyres must be a bit old. The inside, can we get the nose under? We're almost there. Can we ever go into turn 3? I don't think so. Oh, he jumped on the brakes earlier than I wanted. Oh, Ellery's through. Oh, Hill's just unsettled me a bit with how early he got on the brakes. I'm going to have a major go at Ellery here, I think. He might be too far ahead. Oh, can we get up the inside? Give him a bit of room. I think we're back ahead. No, we're not. Ellery's there. He's wide, we're through. Around final corner onto the front straight. Ellery, he's right behind us, we're going to cover him off. And we finish 8th. What a race. Tremendous fun. That was great fun. Great battle for 8ths. Shows that there are ways where if you know how the AI can race, you can have a great race with the AI. And I think that shows how good racing with the AI can be. But let's now go check the results of race 2 from round 1 of the 94 Australian Manufacturers Championship. So after an entertaining 11 laps in race 2, the result up the front was a reverse of race 1, Paul Morris just leading Tony Longhurst over the line. Another 3rd place for Peter Duhlmann and another 4th place for Mark Adderton, with John Blanchard in 5th, a top 5 for BMWs in both races. Peter McKay fought his way up from 14th to 6th in race 2, a really great effort in the Mercedes. Peter Hills ended up 7th in the Sierra. We finished 8th, Russ Dugman, Peugeot 405. 9th was Steve Ellery, and 10th James Kay. Greg Murphy, Phil Alexander and Ken Matthews missed out on the points, with Phil Ward and John Cotter the 2 retirements in the 15-car field. And the points table after round 1, Paul Morris and Tony Longhurst equal at the top on 36 points, after both coming a 1st and 2nd in both races. Peter Duhlmann 3rd, Mark Adderton 4th and John Blanchard 5th. Peter Hills is 6th ahead of Peter McKay. Russ Dugman, we're in 8th, equal 8th with Steve Ellery and John Cotter all on 6 points. So that's where we'll leave race 2 at Eastern Creek. BMW domination across the 2 races, and a 9th place followed by an 8th place today for Ross Dugman in our Peugeot 405. We'll leave with some highlights from race 2 and look forward to round 2 of the series next time on the Grand Prix circuit at Phillip Island, and look forward to you joining me then.